That heifer right there just don't even care.
Take yourself out.
Actually, what do you say, folks? Hope everybody having a fine Sunday evening. We y'all don't be mad, but we just had to turn on the air conditioner.
One of us did.
Yeah,
That was good.
getting a little warm to me.
A little bit.
Kind of heating up out there a little bit. But
It's been a beautiful day though.
yes, it has.
We've had the windows open for like 2 days.
Yesterday we took a little time to ourselves and went to our little spot on the creek bank.
Just a little bit.
Sat down there for, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 hours, sat down there and just listening to absolutely nothing, which was wonderful. And but
Yeah, really, that's been like the nice part about it. It was 80 degrees, but the humidity wasn't like nothing, like 50% or something.
it was
It was really
beautiful, beautiful. Which Dad, well, who's that? Yeah, Dad. Well, she's
yeah.
right there on the Gulf of America, so she probably had a little bit more humidity being right there where she's at too. But
It won't be
up here-
long and it'll be here.
no, I mean, don't get me wrong. You can still tell it was in the air, but y'all know how it is down here. It was just that perfect
Put
feeling
a
in the air.
hammock in an oak tree.
Yes,
What?
that kind of
That's what it was.
But yeah,
But we get like 2 weeks of this weather all year long. So
we were enjoying it while we have it. That's for sure. But down there looking at things, there was buku stuff a blooming, and everything is pretty much blooming real good for the most part around here. As far as
the dogwoods. That's what we noticed big time this weekend. The dogwoods are blooming everywhere.
and they are beautiful this year. Last year they didn't do hardly nothing well around here. They didn't hardly do much as far as the dogwoods. They put off a bloom or two here and there, and that was pretty well it. But when we was going down the road yesterday, it was like, is that a dogwood or is that a cherry tree blooming? And the cherry trees are just now starting to transition into getting green foliage on them, so they're fixing to drop out on their pretty stuff. But y'all, them dogwoods were just like they was bright white. I
Yeah.
guess best way to put them.
I
They're
think
pretty.
the snow done a number on them.
Believe
I
so.
hope it done for blackberries and stuff too.
I'm a believe it.
Big time.
As far as the poor man's fertilizer, the old timers knew what they was talking about back then. So I'm gonna say we got the potential for a good season, hopefully, as far as everything.
Yeah.
But
that's our prayer.
that's it. Let me holler at some folks right quick. Grayson got in here first.
Way first.
Let's see, Jack and Danae's second. Steve Amos, number 3 for Dale. Yes, sir. Sadly missed, but I'm glad somebody is carrying on a tradition. America. All right. Russell Amos, good to see you, brother. Who else here?
Did you read his comment?
No.
He caught his first one of the year this
Oh,
afternoon. That's what I told him. That is awesome.
See if it'll let me get this far back up on the phone.
Y'all should have seen me. Yeah, I was doing a little do-to-do dance like a 5-year-old because I walked up on the porch. I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago, I guess, was getting home. And it was kind of like late afternoon, early evening. It was probably 4 or 5 o'clock. I walked up on the porch and went to unlock the door, and I just froze. And he thought something was wrong. So, what's your problem? Like, there is a honeybee on the house right here by the door. So he walked down out in the yard looking around, and there was scouts all over that stack of old boxes we have out there. I was like, oh, maybe it won't be long, and we'll have some bees back out here.
You know, there was quite a few.
There was several scouts down by the boxes. There was only one up at the house, but I don't care. It was enough to get me excited.
Okay, I'm sorry, I got excited still when down there in the lean-to / chicken pen.
Mm-hmm. Didn't you get a short or something?
Not on no.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they be flying around here, so we'll see how it goes. Let me holler a few more of these folks right fast. Mr. J, no, good to see you. Mike Tang Way. Keep filming up there in that fine country. Miss Sarah's happy hives. So she's gonna be with the grandbaby, but we appreciate you.
She was saying, hey, she had some.
Darren, Pennsylvania beekeeper. Good to see you, brother. Who else we got here? Deb, Miss Sunbunny, Carl, his 2B brat.
Haley.
Mr. Dennis Barney, Dan Weaver. Smashing buttons over here.
I think I saw Mr. Mike Conley in here.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
I see one of them Texans on Philip out there.
Oh, hey, Miss Leona. They just came in.
Phil, 33 Mile, Bundy.
Oh, my goodness. That big whole line up in here.
Who else am I seeing here? Yeah, Mr. Mike Conley in there. Feel like I'm missing somebody. I'll skip. Barn Hill. Yeah, there we go. Brian, Flower Street. Brian and Jen over there. Jack, good to see you, brother. Brian and Miss Kathy. Let's see, who got Stephen Rogers? Golf. I'm trying to.
I thought were new. I know I'm like way behind saying hey because like 15 people come in at the same time.
So Richard, hallelujah, hallelujah, bee farm.
What's wrong with you, but
Farm Hill bee farm. Let's see, who else? Y'all, if I missed every, I do apologize, but we appreciate everybody tuning in for wherever this thing's gonna go this evening.
I don't like anybody. This is gonna go.
We're about as planned out and as prepared, I guess, as we could be right now. Got swarm traps out, got boxes ready. I threw the everyday bee back in the truck to keep on hand. No, we didn't charge.
Didn't charge it.
Well, we got it.
It looks good in the truck.
Yeah. We're gonna shake the bees into this vacuum cleaner here.
That way we look like professionals.
Yeah. We got this.
Yeah.
But
we've done this before.
Yeah. Was that like you've been there before?
Yeah. It's been a while, but
we working on getting there.
Slowly.
Yeah. We're the tortoise in the race. So
Mr. Yeah, he always sings. Y'all were spared a great deal. He said, "Does Ollie always sing when he's with you?"
Yes, he does. And it's funny you said that because somebody from church the other day said, "You know what? Hey, I've been missing Ollie whenever we singing them hymns because y'all, I'm not lying. He's not cutting up. He's not."
Dude projects his volume.
No, I mean, he is singing and he is singing just as serious and as loud as he can be. But he's not being silly. He's being a young. Yes. Okay. You good. But yes, that boy, he loves to sing.
He's a mess.
especially
I love
whatever.
hanging out with them. I love hanging out with all of them.
Oh, and before I forget, to the ones of you that said something to him in the comments in the last video, he says, "What's up?"
So,
So
seriously.
I'll break that down to our language. He says hello.
Yeah.
So I asked him a while ago. We seen him earlier, and I was like, "Well, people saying hey to you in the comments and stuff like this. What you want me to tell them? What's up?"
I liked it when Ollie said, and Ollie's here too. Like we couldn't hear him all. He can't grasp the concept that he ain't got no inside voice in his body.
Lord knows.
He's just loud all the time. We'll pass it along, Mr. Dan.
He says, I don't know if he's.
They may be watching.
They may
I don't
be.
know if they're home yet.
Yeah.
They were over at my dad's today. Came to see him for a while.
We appreciate everybody on that end. Y'all know what we're saying. But we appreciate y'all on that end.
I finally had to tell him the other day, like, dude, you gotta quit. I'm too old. I don't know what you're saying. Like, you just gotta speak plain English, or anybody just ain't gonna keep up no more.
Let me see what we got on my list. You want to do your prayer list, and we'll get into beekeeping. I got you one question starred there, so
Yeah, Chris. As soon as we get through the prayer list, we'll answer it for you, or
absolutely.
let some of the experts in here answer it for you.
Yeah, there's somebody in here that's got.
Oh, thank you, Phil.
Man,
You're awesome.
yeah, I love
We
it.
appreciate that very much.
We do. I mean, you do enough being a member, brother. You didn't have to do that, but thank you. And who got them?
Let's see. Haza Pope, Bruce Brown, Brian C., Matt Morris, and John Lawler.
We can go. Hey,
congrats, y'all.
Appreciate you much, Philip.
We do appreciate you.
Or Phil. Mr. Roy, there you go. Good to see you, Mr. Roy.
Philip, you have no idea how often I have to tell that kid to use the door and put his butt in the seat, not his feet with the top half of his body hanging out the window.
Well, he talked her into not putting the old seatbelt on because we was in the back field, which I'm cool with.
I was going to say,
right.
I have no room to talk.
No.
I learned to drive in that field, you know.
And,
oh, hey, Mr. Mark. Okay, back to this. Speaking of Mr. Mark, all right, we got him and his wife. Let's see, Ed and his family. The Dirt Rooster's dad, Mr. Pat. Miss Deb. I hope you're feeling better this week. Tom's wife and his mother-in-law, Mr. Donnie, Mike Tangway and his family, DC's parents, baby Luca, Deanna Wheeler and her son Reed, Rachel Wilson, her sister Amanda, and her niece Riley, Philip's mama and his friend BJ and his wife, Bobby's Bees and his family, Aaron Frederick, Mr. Larry and Miss Sherry Gandy, and Mr. Larry's mama. Let's see. Hillbilly Earl and his family. Steve Amos's brother. I think, yeah. And their whole family. All the war and storm victims. PJ Hanley, Stafford Mike, Ricky Rourke, Catherine's son and his family, Sarah and her family, all of our government officials. Let's see. Let's see. Miss Janae Wood, Miss Leona, Terry Chapman and his family, Kenneth and Chris Wilkinson, Ephraim Kaluga, Terry Pertland, Miss Janet, Redfish's wife, Kimberly's daughter-in-law and her family, and Kimberly's mom. Let's see. Brian Baker's niece, Allie, Brother Scotty McDowell, Kenneth Allen, the family of David Milan, Steve-O, Miss Dolores, Jody Taylor's family, Miss Jan, let's see, Bob and his family, Steve Amos's father-in-law, especially with his family. Let's see, Pepper Rookie, Homestead Avengers, Russell Amon's sister-in-law, Denny Ray, James Knowles' wife, Keith Larimore's wife, Miss Brenda, and this. Sorry,
That's it.
I scribbled something on the last line.
Yep. If there's anybody we need to add to or take away from, leave it in the comments, and
Yeah, y'all.
we'll surely do it. But I seen Mr. Mark Miller said he's headed out at midnight
Oh, okay. Well,
With-
be safe on the highway, Mr. Mark.
with the hammer down, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you take my pen?
I probably did.
You probably did.
Yeah.
Damn, that was another time. I meant to ask that little turd today. Oliver took my pen out of my workbook.
Oh, he pulled some stunts this week.
Yeah. All right, Brian, I added James for you. Shake my arm.
I don't know, too.
Okay.
You got it there? Note taker?
That's all I have to you.
A good note taker. But okay, let's get on a little bit of beekeeping for a few minutes. All right, like we said, we pretty well leveled out. Can't do too much.
Not yet. We're getting
We're almost finished with the Gulf Shores work. Finally, for real. So hopefully we'll have some bees to show, because we're gonna take a couple of days off, and we're gonna go over there and do full inspections on whatever's left at Lance's, and hopefully bring some bees and brood home to at least get a couple, 2 or 3 frame splits going.
just to be real beekeeper.
Yeah, to have them back here in the yard and to see, hopefully, like, who was it? Philip had mentioned, Philip from RTX mentioned in Ollie's video about the dewberry. And yes, I said that wrong. It's not blackberry, because there is a difference in your blackberry and your dewberry. We have it. We have more dewberry here than now. We have blackberry in our yard, but we have more dewberry than blackberry. So, but all in all, that stuff is blooming. And Laura Wellll, like Philip had made mention, said, "Look, just hold on. Things are just now starting to bloom." And Laura Wellll, with that blackberry or dewberry fitting to go, and swarms will be kicking off on around us. So hopefully we'll take that as more encouragement. We know we're just anxious, is what it is, more than anything, about ready to have bees back in the yard. But enough of us. Let's see what y'all doing. All right, Chris Combs. Hello this evening. How do each of you clean plastic foundation after brood? Well, Chris, for us, if you're not trying to get them real super clean, we just take our hive tool. And if we need to clean up some frames, whether they drew wonky comb or they just didn't draw it out good, period, for whatever reason that year, I just take a hive tool and, clean the foundation up real good.
Yeah.
If you want, after you get it clean, take you a blow dryer and kind of warm that wax up a little bit and maybe level it down a fuzz. And other than that, but or if you want to get
Are
that,
you talking about like just getting them straightened up or like sanitizing them? Well, hey, Leah. Hadn't seen you in a minute.
or if you just got a mess because of blasted wax moss and all that good stuff, probably the old power washer be your quickest and best bet.
That's what I was gonna say. I've heard a lot of people talk about using like a low power washer.
Yeah, I'd use something probably around 2,800 psi. Probably be plenty to clean them off. Now, if you got something up in the 4,000 as far as psi, I'd definitely back off of the foundation. I wouldn't be as close to it, and probably a 40-degree tip, I imagine, will work pretty good. The yellow tip or the white tip, as far as your pressure washing uh, deal there. But that is a good question because it is getting time of the year. Look, hey, if you ain't got your foundation ready, you fit being a humdinger, especially if you get them bees and they get onto a flow because they're going to start drawing it out before you can get that mess ready, pretty much.
Yeah.
What you got?
Dad was saying, she's got another surgery on her eye coming up, and then she's got a court date soon.
Okay.
Philip said they put his mom on hospice.
His mama?
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Philip.
Mm-hmm. And so, her brain's not communicating with the children. So,
My mercy. But hey, y'all, be praying, folks. Y'all keep these folks in your prayers, if you will.
It's not seeing mama like that.
Yeah. I'm probably going to fire somebody up with this remark, but vibes ain't going to cut it. But anyway, where am I at?
I'm sorry.
You didn't. You okay? I mean, I'd much rather get prayers out to folks.
Yeah. I mean, people,
you know,
they have put it in chat.
Okay. My fault. I'll get off my rant. I'll get off so.
There you go, Steve. Telling you, come on, Tim.
Look.
I wasn't telling him to get off a rant. I don't think he's ranting.
No. What is? Oh, we did not get a piece of this. I did want to, but we had our fur babies, I guess the modern people call it, with us yesterday that are out of control.
We had Stella and Jasper with us yesterday.
Oh, let me say this before I forget this part too. I forget it. For you Jasper fans out there, it's official. And if you're near us, and I'll say within 100-mile drive, okay. If you were near us,
those gonna be my pitch to Miss Renee. I will bring them to you, Miss Renee.
Jasper and Stella are going to be parents. Jasper's going to be a Paul for sure.
They made babies.
So
we're gonna have little baby Jaspers running around. I only thought that was like the best news in the last decade on the face of this planet.
Yes.
So, he ain't even been here a decade.
When they get here, if y'all want a miniature Jasper,
I don't think he's gonna be miniature for very long at all.
The only reason I agreed on this is because the mama dog's getting a little in age. Another 5 years, and she'll be on in age pretty good. And Hannah wants another tear their leg off kind of dog. So we're going to teach one of the puppies
Jasper
to be.
didn't work out.
No. So the mama dog is very much that way.
Too emotional.
So,
yeah.
Who said that? Go,
No, I
Jasper.
said that. Everybody else is saying go Jasper. I just know that dog. It's a big responsibility. I don't think he's up for it.
No,
I don't think he's up for it.
no. Good. We'll show y'all how worried he is about it.
Mhm. He's snoring over there.
Mm. Y'all some funny people, I tell you. Make my day for real.
He's probably going to lose his position as head of the complaint department, though. I hate to tell Laramore.
Yeah.
He's not going to have time.
No, he's gonna be busy. He's got things to do. And make that clear to him.
Well,
But-
there's our derail. Let's get
Yeah.
back on bees.
Uh,
I know that does not say what I think it says on your note page.
what?
The very last line.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna talk about this. This will be at the end. Just remember, box, chicken, and possum. That's all you gotta remember. Steve Amos, you're gonna love this one.
Tim, are you going to pay child support?
Ain't mine. Do the DNA test.
Oh, man.
Where was I going?
I don't know. I derailed you. I'm sorry.
Okay. On a serious note, I do have to say this. Mr. Randy from Tar Heel Beekeeping. For the ones of you that wanted to get some boxes done but wasn't able to get to him because of time or something like that, he will be dipping boxes again. So if you up there in Western North Carolina area, Mr. Randy's going to be dipping boxes once again Saturday, April the 5th, 2025. Have we seen him in here?
No.
Okay. If y'all wanna, I tell you what, just keep an eye out. I'll make a post in the morning and put that in there, and I'll have Mr. Randy's email available for anybody that may want to get a hold to him and get over there and get them done.
He did some. It's like right there at his house, by his house, isn't it?
Yeah,
Somewhere
I think he does
close
like
to
that.
him. Stephen Rogers was saying, "Where's he dipping at?"
Yeah, right at the home place, I believe it is.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember exactly where he's at. Pastor Larry,
Yep.
can y'all tell him at least like
Roundabout.
the name of the town he's in? Yeah, I don't either, Steve. Sorry, not much help. I'm trying. When is the shotgun wedding? Has HR talked to Jasper? Told him I think it's a little late.
HR doesn't know. I think they were trying to keep it a secret as long as they could.
Yeah.
Benefits were too good to mess up. So
Okay, one saying west of Asheville, one saying east of Asheville.
okay.
So if you just assume Asheville, you should be good.
Yeah. Or yeah.
Maybe Mr. Dan meant west. Candler.
There we go. So
Take your pick.
Yeah.
They can't be far apart.
if you don't know where that is, if you're in Western North Carolina, Kentucky
Yeah.
area or something like that, wherever all that is up there, he said 100% west of Asheville.
West.
Uh-huh. Where am I going? Google. There you go. Google Earth.
Yeah. Giggle.
Google Earth to
That's
get
the
you
giggle.
places, but just don't use the GPS.
Bad idea.
Do your own mapping, people. Trust me. We used it not long ago and again.
Mhm.
No good. But yes, I want to get that out. Once again, Saturday, April 5th. Mr. Randy, Tar Heel Beekeeping. If nothing else, go over to Tar Heel
I was
Beekeeper.
gonna say, y'all get his
And-
channel and send him an email.
Yeah, hit him up and
Well, but he
a
was
video.
saying if it's in that close to there is too far for him.
Okay.
But anybody else though?
Like I said, we'll put a post out for
Mhm.
the ones of you or just whoever may catch this on the rerun. And I got to say that too. Thank you for the ones that come on for the replay
Mhm.
and watch too. We appreciate you very, very much. That was about all my real beekeeping news, I
Mhm.
believe. Have not been home to watch many videos at all. I was going to honestly try to jump in on Joey's chat last night because he wanted us to last week. And next thing I knew, I woke up 8:30, 9 o'clock in my chair, looking around going, it done got dark. Before I knew it, it was doggone almost 9 o'clock, dozing off here in this chair.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Don't remember me waking you up saying you need to get bed. You can fall asleep and stay in here.
All I remember was looking at the clock last probably about 4:30 yesterday evening. And that's all I remember. Waking up and like it done got late.
Mhm.
But like I said, I wish I had more on what everybody was doing. I think Joey was checking some horizontal hives, one of his videos.
Joey put out like 3 different videos this week.
DC's finally getting some sunshine out that way.
Need to write this stuff down.
I didn't. I ain't like I said, I ain't even hardly looked at notifications. But all right, let me cross that off. Got that taken care of. Got Miss Randy taken care of. Say that one. But if you folks in the North Country, I figured y'all was done with the snow. I thought what came through with the bad weather we all got down here last week. I was thinking, well, maybe that's the end of the snow for the people in the North Country. And hopefully in the next couple of weeks, y'all will start seeing the bees flying quite a bit more. Lord willing, you ain't got no losses from whatever the whatever is. And seeing pollen coming in of some sorts. But undoubtedly, y'all finna get hit with another round up there.
Oh, there's Larimore. Did you tell him the bad news?
Who, Larimore?
Yeah.
I just called Stone Rivers.
Yeah.
Comment there.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right, Larimore, if you have any major complaints to get into Jasper, you better get him in. Because he's not going to be doing the complaint department anymore.
Bill said it's snowing right now up there in Michigan.
Seriously? We literally got the air conditioner on right now because it's 72 outside still.
Highs in the 50s in Ohio. But that's probably nice weather to y'all up there though. Like we get the low 70s and
He said that's a complaint in the making right there. Well, this is on fault, Larimore. Yeah, I'm with you, Steven. Snow doesn't sound very good to me either right now. But no, Larimore, Jasper's going to be a daddy. So he's going to be too busy to be doing anything else. Because I'll be dog if I'm babysitting all the time.
We're not raising a bunch of puppies in this house.
No.
All right, Mr. Dan's got some kind of fancy word blooming up there in Pennsylvania.
Forsythians? Forsythians?
I believe you.
Flower.
Just tell me that. There's a pretty flower blooming up there.
Yeah.
Is that a nectar producer? I'm gonna have to go check. I'll check that out when I get off here, see what it was. But Emily said my bees have been flying pretty often up here. Snow again tonight and tomorrow morning, but they should be flying late afternoon.
Yeah.
Well, good deal.
A lot of y'all talking about snow.
Mr. Russell Koopman saying, pretty
Oh.
nasty up here.
We got the world famous man in the house now.
Who we got in here?
Mr. Mike Berry.
Mr. Mike Berry joining us this evening.
He said he
Oh.
was frost 2 mornings ago. Snow is stupid. I bet I would be saying that too by now if I was where y'all are. No joke. As much as I love to see the snow. Mr. Dan said they hit it for power.
Oh, okay. We got a little pinch of that frost the other morning, and thank goodness.
I think the wind was blowing too hard.
Well, in the trees, all these trees around our house saved our behind because we have put all our plants outside that we keep in for winter. And I forgot to bring everything inside. So whenever we left out that next morning, I was thinking, man, it is pretty doggone cold. And as we was headed down the highway, I was looking at rooftops in some yards, and it was frost all on the ground and all on the rooftops. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, we done lost them. Because some of these plants we have put years into keeping alive. And
some of them I would literally cry.
yes, it'd have been a bummer if we'd lost them. But thank goodness, I think the trees saved our behind as far as keeping it just a little bit above.
Yeah, and the wind.
Yeah, it was doing that. We can tell a huge difference coming from the Gulf to home.
Yeah. Big time.
But hopefully that's the end of any frosting.
I don't know.
We'll carry on. We got one more. When's Easter? April.
Mm-hmm.
So we probably got one more cool snap.
Our last cool snap is right at Easter. Usually right before Easter. But that's the last breath of cool air we get for the year.
Steve said it snowed in May in Indiana, and I headed south, and I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Going home or to find a new one.
A lot of them are talking about snow. I see Mr. Mike said you have to, when you see the pecans bud, then you know the frosting's over with.
Miss Mike, let me ask you this. Is that blight real bad over there on y'all's pecans? I say blight or fungus.
Mm-hmm.
The best way I can describe it looks like mini ferns growing off the side of them pecans. But a lot of the pecans around really the county are just in bad shape because of that doggone fungus. But it's a lot on. I know there's Stewart and what's his grandma say the other one was? There's Stewart and something else up there in the orchard. But
don't make me laugh.
I ain't even thought about checking out no pecans.
I didn't know that. I was too busy watching Oliver dangle outside the truck.
Yep. Yeah, I guess we just see how it goes.
He said we see that on the pecans that are not farmed. The fire blight on the pears is awful.
Let me read that one. We see that on the pecans that are not farmed.
Schoolless, Mr. Mike. I don't know what that means.
But I mean, just where they go through
They don't pick them.
Where they picking them, shaking the trees, and doing all that stuff to get a yield off of them.
Just didn't realize I knew what that is.
That's interesting because none of the ones in the orchard are farmed like they were in years past by any means.
No,
And that
no, the last 15 years, maybe even a little bit longer, they would have been. Because that was my granddaddy's thing.
yeah, I guess they must be doing something, a preventative or whatever it may be.
Probably spray the ponds. I guess the ponds they farm.
Probably
Yeah,
so.
they definitely don't spray them out there in the orchard. That's for sure.
No. And on top of these blasted hurricanes have really put the pecans in a bind the last several years, especially out there in that orchard. I mean, the last storm, there was 12 trees down in the orchard, and several of them that had tops knocked out of them. So there has been many of them
Well,
lost out there.
Aaron said there's a spray that you spray from the ground up about 8 feet to control that on the pond.
Will it help if it's over 8 feet? Let me ask you that. Will it kill anything over 8 feet?
Yeah, because some of it is on some of them trees, it's all the way.
Yeah, it's run all the way to the top, and it's cut out on limbs and the whole shoot match up there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's interesting. Okay.
Shoot me a text message when you get the name of that, Keith, if you don't mind. Sit there. Yeah. Would love to try to save them if we could. There's still probably 25 good trees out there, but
Plus one's in the yard. Need a big spray rig.
we can get one, no problem. Awesome.
Golly, Mr. Russell Coleman talking about a snowstorm next weekend.
Good. Well,
That's crazy.
y'all,
But it's snowing in fields right now. James knows we're getting snow tonight. Hey,
I'm glad it's y'all and not us. Y'all don't be mad at me. But I imagine too, it gets to a point where look, probably the second time it snows in the North Country, y'all are over it because that's something y'all deal with all the time.
She likes the snow.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them back in here. I saw Jack come in. I haven't seen them.
They may be traveling them roads too.
They may be.
I know they've been on it quite a bit as well. And I got it all put up over there. I was going to show y'all the starts of the tray, but if it's still got the letters and stuff out there on it.
I was over it before the first snowflake hit the ground. Poor thing.
But I asked some of y'all, in one of them posts, we had some, what will I say, about a half a jug of epoxy and resin left from doing some butcher block countertops. And we got to talking on the way home, well, what in the world can we do with that stuff, beekeeping related, and maybe do a giveaway of some sorts. And somebody had mentioned taking a piece of butcher block and making a cutting board and sticking some honeycomb, say, in the center of it and covering that with epoxy and making one whole piece. And I like the idea. We just got to get us some. No, I didn't glue it all together. Whichever one, you don't know. But forgot where I was going with that. Honeycomb in the butcher block piece, making a cut board. But anyway, like the idea, we just got to get us some fresh comb because I would like to put a pretty white piece in there that's brand spanking new. And that way you got a brand new piece of comb sitting in there on top of it, wrapped in either a piece of cypress or butcher block or whatever it is. But we did stop by one of the Goodwills and found a whole bunch of these little old serving trays. So we found some little letters. We're gonna put gunline bees in there and drop a couple bees in it, and probably put one or two other little old things in there for bees and beekeeping and epoxy over the top of all that, and we'll have it as a giveaway. Lord willing, hopefully here for too long for y'all. We get it all set together. But I don't know. I guess I need to open up the chat, let people in here
Good idea.
instead of hearing me talk until we derail.
I like hearing you talk.
Uh-oh. Oh, but what am I doing? Comment.
You're supposed to know that.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It just went.
All right. How did we fix this the other night? All this, where it does this.
I don't know.
Whatever. I'll just
You
leave it
did
like that.
it.
I'm not going to touch it.
I think you X'd it out and then started.
Mm-mm.
It killed the camera. 34 nights straight. That's like a really miserable record, Lee.
Mm.
I figured y'all would have got rained out at least 1 or 2 nights.
Yeah, especially that bad weather that come through there the other week. I figured for sure. Because I did text Lee, make sure they was all right, because they was talking about them tornado down that way, and he was like, "Oh, I just slept through all of it." I was like, "Really?"
I ain't got no room to talk.
Ain't that true, Mr. Roy? Comfy seat in that bad boy in that crane. Lee,
I don't know. Y'all give me too comfortable of a seat and something like that. I've been falling asleep after that many nights in a row.
are there air ride seats in them cranes? Like you would have, say, in a I don't know, a dozer, tractor, something?
Well, I mean, if they got the man an air conditioner, I imagine they got a pretty good chair in there for him. Did you see Mr. Dan's comment?
Oh, yeah. So, wow, those back end banana nut muffins right now. Wish I could email y'all
That
some.
sounds really good.
Especially some fresh ones.
I thought about making
Homemade.
some banana bread the other day.
Pretty good. Send us the recipe.
What?
Send us
Tell them
Uh,
I used.
Oh, Lord, no, he didn't. Yeah.
Good grief, Lee. You
87.
need a break.
Good. Yeah, ain't that true? I haven't worked that many hours in a week straight, I guess, since the ambulance.
Mm,
No,
probably.
because me and you, we was working 7 days a week at one point, but we cut that out,
Mhm.
which we work for ourselves. That's
I was,
the only
I
reason.
was
But
several years, like 6 or 7 years ago.
now, granted, you're doing some type of work, working for somebody else, then yeah, you are on the schedule as they have you, I reckon. Well,
Looks like you'll be buying a kettle.
there you go. Yeah, cha-ching, cha-ching. Just put it up. That man knows what to do. Lee's a smart man. He knows. Hey, I would too. That way, when the retiring days come, you can just say goodbye. I'm out the door.
No.
Don't call me no more.
He said Uncle Sam appreciates it.
Yes, amen to that. Uncle Sam, you sure you can't work 97
Yeah,
this week?
let's
You
do
know?
it.
Mm,
No.
no.
What else you got on your beekeeping news over there, Buttons?
Well, I'm just feeding off the chat right now, whatever y'all got to say. So if it gets boring, it's y'all's fault.
Yeah, no, that's just like a fantasy, Stephen. We're never going to be able to retire. Yep. We'll probably get called home straight from the jobs.
Yeah.
No joke.
All right.
I can see that happening.
Well, from what all the fellas that have already retired have expressed to me that there's not a whole lot of encouragement in it. They're like, well, you get done with this job and people are going to be calling you for everything else and you'll be busy doing more work than you was doing before you retired.
Yeah.
So, we'll see how it goes.
I've heard so many people make that statement though, that I don't know how I ever had time for a full-time job because I can't even keep up with the hobby stuff when I retire or the work my wife finds for me to do.
That's it. Keep working, Lee. That would help. Most definitely. Quit messing with overtime. It's
Yeah.
bad enough y'all getting in our money as it is. You want to mess with my overtime? After you asked me to work overtime?
All right, so where is Saint Amant, Louisiana?
If I remember right, I believe I was talking to this gentleman not too long ago.
Damon?
Yeah,
I guess that's how, is it Damon?
I believe so. He is just like not too far south of where Lee is, within a few miles south, I
Oh,
believe.
okay. Hmm.
Gary said, I'm now disabled and have no clue how I found time to work 60 hours a week. All right, not far from
Yeah, Lee
Cabela's.
said it's 5 minutes. Saint Amant is 5 minutes from where I live. Okay.
Okay, not far from Baton Rouge.
That's crazy how many beekeepers, like in our little YouTube community, are right over there.
There is a bunch of y'all over in Louisiana.
Yeah. Brian and Kathy, Mr. Ed, Joey, Mr. Mike, Lee. Who? There's several over there.
Mm-hmm.
Within like an hour drive. A few miles south of Lee is knee deep in the swamp. Hey, Grayson.
We did about have to get our airboat in there. Lee had a trail made.
TJ said my back forced me into early retirement. It's pretty rough taking naps whenever I fall. I'm hoping maybe I can figure out how to take a nap again if I ever get to retire. I did the other day, though. But last week, I fell asleep one day when we got home. It was the first time in months I fell asleep during the day.
Well, that 2 hour ride there, we're fussing about, man, I'm so doggone tired.
Mm-hmm.
And we ain't even got started during the day. Then our 2 hour ride back home, she's saying, if we get home early enough, I'm going to go home and take a nap. She don't.
It never happened. Because I sit down in my chair and I look around and I'm like, no, I need to do that. I need to dust that table. I need to vacuum. I need to pick that up. So it doesn't happen at all. Well, we're running out on the chat.
Are we losing viewers?
No, we're losing topics.
Oh, well, hey. we'll get into y'all want to derail. We'll go ahead and do that because we'll probably
No, I
maybe
thought you had
through
like
word again.
beekeeping news.
Well, I mean, I gave our swarm traps. That's where we're at. All our equipment is ready to go. Wax, in boxes, bottom boards, entrances, everything is in service and ready to go on our end.
Mm-hmm.
We're just waiting on the swarms to kick off and or with the splash, get those couple splits from Lance's
Mm-hmm.
and bring them home. See how well those little girls do. We'll
I
see.
want to catch a snake. I want to catch a snake.
I am ready for some swarms. I will say that.
Maybe if we make some splits and get a hive here, it'll do more to bring more swarms in.
I hope so. But
Maybe they won't want in the trees.
But I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking I ain't even so much seen as a honeybee around here. And things are blooming, you're starting to see things kind of kick off a little bit. You figure, if they're gonna be out traveling, you're gonna find them on something.
Mm-hmm.
And we was getting in some warmer days and none of that ever happened. Then the other day, whenever we come home, that's whenever we were seeing, okay, she seen the one here at the house.
Mm-hmm.
Then where we keep the boxes, that's probably 75 feet from the house. And there was a good bunch that just, you see one fly in and another one, or fly in and fly out, that here come another one. And there was 5, 6 of them little girls in there nosing around. So it was like, okay, are y'all scouting, checking things out, or what? But yeah, it did get some good, healthy numbers in there. So
Philip said their swarms the last 2 years haven't been turning on until the second and third week of April.
where are we at? We're still in March.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just need to
This
calm
is
down a
the
little
third
bit.
week of March. I can't stand it no more. I'm ready to get some bees so bad.
It's like
This
we're at the drag strip waiting on the green light. We've already done the burnout.
very impatiently.
Yes.
The green light.
Somebody hit the button. What's some beans in there?
Larimore, are you okay? He said he was on a 3-day vacation in the hospital this week.
Uh-oh. Well, bro, I hope you ain't getting a bind and they got you fixed up.
Oh, Phil, I'd be pulling my hair out if I couldn't even think about him till May.
All right, so you already seen a little swarmer down there in Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
Ed, son of one. Now he has said, which he's over there close to Grayson and Bruce's bees, and he said he got 2 of the biggest swarms he's ever had already. And what was it? I'm reading back on Larimore splits, but there's several folks already here, and are they chirping about swarms are already kind of firing up in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, I made 14 nukes, 50-50 split so far.
Wait, Jeremy. Texas Jeremy. Wasn't it him saying he was getting swarm calls?
Yeah, he said he was getting a couple here. All right.
Evan's doing pretty good, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's doing good. He's
a lot going on with life and stuff, but overall they were doing pretty good.
Yeah.
But you talked to him last week or this week?
I think it was Monday.
Ollie was here. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all just he'll be back for too long, but he's just kind of.
Larimore. I hope you didn't really holler that.
Oh no.
I'm glad you're okay. I was wondering about that, Mr. Russell. I hadn't seen DC tonight. I hope nothing happened with his stepdad or his mama.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's video game marathon.
Probably so. He got on it not too long ago.
He needs a break from YouTube once in a while.
James said the ground is turning white right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, seriously, Larry Moore. I second what Mr. Dan said.
Yes, sir.
Take it easy for a little bit. I know you've had enough of that lately, but
on that end, do listen to what them doctors tell you on that end. If it was something to do with your ticker.
Triton just came in.
What would you say
Haven't
there?
seen that name in a moment.
Mm-hmm. Good to see you. Good to see. I mean, we got some new names in here.
Yeah.
Seeing some of the older folks with us too. Appreciate everybody.
I'm just waiting on Blaine to bust off into.
Well, he's probably having a talk with his bees out there for this upcoming season, knowing him.
Mm-hmm.
And making sure his girls are right and in line.
Yeah. I'll just water at me. I'm out of coffee, Jasper.
Yep.
I'm gonna make me some.
Where are we at? We still got an hour to go, y'all. Number.
Give us something to talk about, people.
Yep.
You gonna come say hey?
I guess we can. Somebody wants to hit the button, or y'all got a beekeeper. If they're look, I know we cut up and carry on a lot, and y'all, that's just a lot of our chat. We'll talk bees, or if y'all want to talk whatever else, then so be it. It's not, mandatory to talk bees the whole 2 hours here with us by any means. Which I know it ain't with anybody else, but
never last 2 hours.
If you're new to beekeeping, or if it's your first couple of years and there's something you're juggling, trying to figure out, throw it in the comments. There's some great beekeepers. Yeah, I mean, there's some fine folks in here that'll lead you in the right direction on any questions you may have on that end. So, just because you see us all carrying on in the chat here, don't feel like you can't put a question in there and us not get to it.
Like that. We had to ask those questions too.
Hey, I'm still asking questions.
Dennis, that's really sad. Most people probably don't know who Fred Sanford is. That's really sad.
That is. If not, y'all should look him up. That's all I can tell you. Look him up.
Oh,
I like the guy. He's a pretty funny fella. Hey, we was talking about that. Okay, so all right, here we go. We was talking about Fred Sanford and Sanford's son the other day, and I was watching a video about some of the facts about Red Fox and Sanford's son and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know how old Grady was whenever he was, I think it was the 5th season, 4th or 5th season. Sanford's son hadn't been going too terribly long, but the dude's age, I was like, there ain't no way. Ain't no way. Then it hit me. It was like, well, yeah, because you're watching Hollywood and they can make it look funny, but
Feel the same comment at the same time.
Y'all go ahead. Everybody is singing it with me too. Anyway, Grady was only in his 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looked like an old man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what blew my mind. That's when you finally
cover. He had no idea. I don't know if y'all. I'm sure most of y'all knew, but Granny Clampett, the woman that played her, was only like 21 or 22 when she was playing Granny Clampett. Lamont was a loser. TJ said, I think I went to school with Fred.
Let's see. Miss Steve, Miss Steve Ammon's got a pro tip for the newbies. Unless you are retired and have an abundance of time, do not buy budget boxes. The ones that I have are taken 3 times.
The time to assemble. Wow.
There we go. To buy good quality stuff from what's the fancy word? A reputed. Is that the word? Somebody well known in the beekeeping business.
Reputable.
Reputable. There's the word. Now let me get back here. Lamont was a loser.
Good one, Dennis. You want to make $1 million in beekeeping? Start with 2 million, at least.
Yes, there's a lot of truth in that, and we figured that out year 2. Year 1.
Lamont's Puerto Rican friend.
Hmm?
I don't remember. Lamont's Puerto Rican friend.
I
You
can't remember.
started with San Francisco.
I don't know there, Philip.
Have to giggle that one. I can't remember.
I picture Esther's face. Yeah. You. Well, we can't say what old Esther would say.
Julio or Chico?
Chico.
Start throwing it out for me.
Julio. Everybody saying Julio.
Yeah.
There we go. Julio it is.
Told you you can ask anything.
Mm-hmm. Hey, if we ain't got no answers to beekeeping, we got answers to Sanford, son. I'll tell you that. All right, so Julio was right. What else? Well, there was something else about that, which everybody knows about the ordeal with old Red, and they thought he was acting, and he wasn't acting that time. There you go. That's some good wordage there, PJ. He said, I'm all seriousness. Beekeeping isn't real expensive as long as you don't get sucked into all the new flashy things. I spend very little on mine. Well, that's it. If you want to fall into all the trends, I guess, that are out there of, buy this, buy that. And this will make you the successful beekeeper having this box and that box. But just for the simple people, buying laying straw boxes, some good frames, make sure you glue your frames together when you put them together, have you some decent foundation, and wax them puppies up real good, and you can have a good beekeeping season. I mean, them bees build on every other thing there is out in the world. As long as you have them a good box to get in, stay dry. There you go. Or build your own. If you got the time and...
Gadgets won't save bees.
No, they will not. I guess in the beginning, there was some things we kind of fell into on do this and do that. And one of my biggest worries was, okay, we need to wrap our boxes up for the winter time.
Mm-hmm.
If not, the bees are, every one of them going to die because the winter's just going to, unalive everything because they don't have the proper insulation and all that. And granted, we live way down here in the subtropic climate. we now know, no, you don't need anything like that down here. In the North Country, will it help you much, much better? Absolutely, it will. So,
some people in the north don't do it.
well, I mean, I get that too. Because, I mean, a lot of times, like some of y'all say that the snow actually helps insulate them boxes and things. But I imagine, though, the further north you get up there, the more worries one does have as far as, would say, like smaller colonies making it, not being able to keep the heat down.
Yeah, I agree, PJ. He said, I think it's easy as a beginner to go down that road. 10 years later, I can't tell you the last time I bought equipment. Gary talking about doing some trout fishing, waiting on bee season.
Well, I mean, there you get your
That's
fishing in too. That does.
I'm thinking catfish was frozen in the river yesterday.
Hey,
Cold as that water was.
I wouldn't want to be moving in that water, cold as it was. And we ain't even got snow on the ground. I'm telling you, I stuck my toe in that river water and I pulled that bad boy right on back out. I said, nope,
Too cold.
too cold. I'll enjoy this warm sand. Hey, I don't blame you. Y'all get stuck in that doggone snow where you can't do nothing. If there's a chance to get out, it'd be one of them. The alarm clock ain't even gonna have to wake me up. I'll be primed and ready to go at whatever time. Fishing. Get out of the house. Yeah, be excited about getting outside. Like a little kid getting off restriction. Yeah, that's grounded for you younger bucks in here.
Mm.
That's something we're gonna do a little bit too. But before we do any fishing, we're gonna go do some metal detecting before we get
I'm down with that.
too fired up on the beekeeping end, hopefully. Indeed, there, Gary. That's what we was enjoying yesterday. Just nice, peaceful, beautiful bluebird skies. You can actually get out and enjoy. Yes, and the peace and quiet.
Mm.
But we just lock the world away whenever we go down there. Turn the phones off and the whole ordeal. We just shut it down.
Have to, because there ain't no signal down there
Mm-mm.
at all.
But I mean, I don't care who you are. You got to get away sometime or another. Whether it's job, beekeeping, whatever the case may be,
Mm-hmm.
got to go.
Yeah,
But don't worry, we got fish poles ready too. Don't worry about that. There you go, Gary.
that's the good part.
Mm-hmm. You ain't got nobody bothering you. Nobody around you fishing. None of that. Because when you start catching fish, you know what's going to happen. Oh, yeah. You're going to look over and that dude that was 60 yards away from you, he's now,
on top of you.
yeah, he's now at 40. Well, when you drag in that next one, oh, well, you know, he done moseyed on into 15, 20 yards before you know it. Like she said, he's over there asking you, how's the fishing?
That's when I turned Jasper loose.
Yeah. Go on, get. Leave me alone.
Mm.
I don't talk to strangers.
Like a pack of dogs on a three-legged cat.
That's funny you say that, Steve. We had a three-legged cat named Tripod.
I ain't never had a vet laugh at me as hard as when he asked me what's that cat's name.
Yeah, they thought it
No,
was.
they don't.
They thought it was cute.
Yeah, they did.
Like I said, the Sanford Sun is his theme song. I got so much big stuff in the yard, it's not fun. All right, here's one question for you beekeepers then. Be honest about this. Who's got their stuff, but it's disorganized? But you know where it's at.
That's as dumb as asking whose sock drawers are organized.
Well, it's one of them. I'll say it because I am one of those in the spring and early summer. Coming into spring, everything is nice and neat, put away, got it stacked here and there. Then whenever you start dragging stuff out, rummaging through, putting supers on, then you done drove too many out for the day and you're like, you know what, I'll put that up tomorrow. Well, you look out there and it's been a week later and that box and frames and everything else is still laid out there beside where you put it.
John Lawler said I have a 3,400 square foot shop. That's a nightmare.
There we go. There's a man telling some truth right there.
Larimore, this is shocking news. Larimore had no idea it was supposed to be organized.
Well, I did that for my own benefit, because I have a portion of some OCD about me that in the beginning I get excited and it's like, okay, let me get all this put up nice and neat.
In the beginning.
In the beginnings.
In the very beginning.
Then afterwards, it's like,
it's over.
You know what? I'll just put that mess up later on. I ain't fooling with that right now. You got some tea?
Yeah. Literally. It's everywhere, but I know where.
I know where it is.
No.
Until she goes to mess with it.
No. He doesn't know where it is. Period. I have to know where it is in his disorganization because I'm the one that he's going to send to go grab it. So it never works that way anyway.
Oh, yeah. All right. We got people being honest. I appreciate y'all. Dan says everywhere, but I know where. All right.
He said you better don't come look at my empire.
Clay saying organized a little, then swarms kept queen cells.
And boom. That's what happens to us. It's organized in the beginning. One thing happens that gets us all excited and off track, and it's just over with from there on out.
Then it says, I can't find my workbench, and I'm the one that put the thing in there.
I'm sure I put one. If we had a workbench, it'd probably be hidden too. Dennis, don't feel bad.
Larry Morris says, you better don't come look at my empire. Well, I think we'll all fit right at home with one another.
Yeah. Oh,
you don't have a mess. No, sir. Come to my house. Look at mine. It's like a competition with men like that. Women have the competition of cleaning house. Who's got the cleanest house? A man walks into another man's shop. If he sees a clean one, it's like a wow factor. For the majority of them, it's like, this dude is for real. You know what I mean? My junk is everywhere. I know where it is everywhere, but it's not where it's supposed to be.
Yeah. I know, Steve, because I will quite literally come home and trip over whatever it was. I just went and bought because I couldn't find.
Yeah, we had any moments.
I wander around and it's like Christmas finding something. Yeah, been there too.
You funny guy. That's hilarious. There you go.
I think that's a typical man, Larry.
My wife said, you need to straighten up in here. I screamed, don't touch nothing and turn around. Just walk away. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I don't come in and tell you how to clean house, do I? I don't say them words.
He was an IT software developer, so he never used his shop. That's how it stayed clean.
No, There's only two individuals I've known in my lifetime to where I walked into that man's shop and I was like, this is really organized and so on and so forth. And
He said I tell her she can't see it from the kitchen.
yeah, there you go.
That's a good one. I can see Tim telling me, well, if you was in there where you belong, you wouldn't be able to see it to get all upset about.
This is my space.
Steve Amos said cleaning day causes me anxiety. Emotional damage.
Yeah.
A clean shop is the sign of a disturbed soul.
It,
You got a problem.
are you that miserable with life?
I'm a professor of organized confusion. My grandpa called it cluttered chaos.
Or too much time on their hands. That was the only ones I knew. These men could do. I mean, one fella built some beautiful furniture, and he built two of our horizontal hives. But
If you walk into a clean shop, just back away slowly and quietly.
oh yeah, you know, I mean, I don't know what to say walking into the one because
Which one?
Mr. Dempsey's shop.
Oh, yeah.
This man,
He like runs a dust mop in his shop.
yes, and I'm
I don't
thinking
think I've
myself,
ever seen a speck of sawdust or dirt or grease.
but he has got every name, brand, tool known to a man when it
And
comes
is very
to.
talented with them.
Yes, does some beautiful work, but uh, he did not retire from construction or carpentry work or anything like that. He retired. One of them was engineering and something else, but his hobby was building furniture and things like that. But now that dude, he clean shop. But like I say, most everybody else, you walk into a man's shop and it's like,
Yes.
kick that over.
Steve, you hit the nail on the head. I think he retired from like 3 different professions.
Yes, and one was military.
Mm-hmm.
He was it World War II or Korean Vietnam?
I don't know.
He may have been. He's well on into his 80s now.
He's early. He just
90s?
turned 91.
Oh, okay.
His last birthday, he was either 91 or 92.
But yes, he is. He is to the T on things in there. We've done work for him, and he's told me, Tim, I'll go in there and use whatever you need out of there. And I'm like, yes, sir.
Mr. Russell Capeman said a clean shop is boring.
Well, it is because it's like, what have you been doing in here? Just cleaning, dusting.
What a knock against a man for having a clean shop.
It just ain't right.
No, not at all.
Woman have a clean house? Yes. That's acceptable. A man having a clean shop? Not acceptable.
Yeah.
You can have it a little dirty. You throw some dust around or something. Make it look presentable.
Remember how we used to pick on people for rolling around in their gear to make it look like it wasn't new and they had done something?
I used to do that, yeah.
So how is it any different to go throw sawdust around your shop to make it look like he done something?
That would be one of the funniest things to me, y'all. When we was firefighting, and I'd watch these young bucks come in, and they wanted that turnout gear, that firefighting equipment all sooted up and dirty looking and this and that. And I cannot tell y'all how many times I watched some of them younger bucks intentionally take their helmet and put close to an open flame or something in a
Try to melt it just a little bit.
just to make it look like it's been in a residential fire. I'm like, really? You'll get your time, don't you worry. There's no sense in burning your equipment up right now before you ever get into a house fire, but okay.
Phil said if you have a clean shop and man cards revoked.
Yes. Or temporary suspended until there's been a vote.
A vote.
Yeah.
A vote of
The man in the man card holding business.
yeah.
Dirt Rooster, he got in here on man cards and
Perfect time.
clean shops.
Tim's talking about throwing sawdust around the wood shop to make it look like he did something. Mm-hmm.
Perhaps he's got some words of advice on cleanliness in the shop. Don't do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to make fun of you. And I know there's some of y'all not saying something right now, and you want to, and I understand you don't want nobody looking down on you.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to poke fun. You're free.
It's the manly thing to do.
Mr. Dan says, my friend served aboard Nixon's White Top. His shop is immaculate.
Oh, wow. Shop, don't
There we go. All right, Dirk.
yourself.
Let's say that Randy's on board now. All right. His looks some exploded big. But yeah, no need to have a clean shop, gentlemen. It's all right. Oh Lord, how do we even get off on clean shops? I don't even know where that one took us off to. But there's some excellent comments on it, and I will say that. I think these numbers have died off. I think that was the women heading out of here. Don't want to hear nothing about our cleanliness. Well, there you go, Key. Man says I feel better knowing that it ain't just me. And me too. Well, Minnesota Mike, good to see you, bro. Bingo. That's just on anything else too. Yes, sir. Let me get back up here to this here comment. And that goes for a lot of business. The man with the clean clothes, unless he's just one of them men that you put your time in and you work your way up to where you don't have to get them blue jeans dirty no more. More power to you. Oh, we did. Yeah, there, DC. I'm getting behind on the comments. Good to see you, buddy. Everybody's asking about you. Like, let's see. Dan me Weaver saying. Uh, but Dirt Rooster, did y'all have a good trip over there to Texas? Catch up on some of y'all's comments here while she gone. Let me get back here. Let's see, Mr. Steve Amos. Trying to get through these comments. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but that flying squirrel's awake over there now.
Mm-hmm. Getting time to get her some supper.
It is. Yeah. Somebody said DC 3 times, and here you. What else we leave out on? We're done with beekeeping.
Oh,
I reckon.
ours too, Larimore. He said his farm tracks were just hanging around.
Yeah. Now ours did fall down out of the tree, and I had to go back and put that thing back up.
Yeah. So it's back hanging around.
Yeah, but it is tied off now, up there as it should be. So don't have to worry about that. And the boxes out in the pastures in the field out there, they holding on pretty good. Thank goodness.
Mm-hmm. This coffee's not working anymore.
DC said before he was eating, check this out. We had just been through this conversation that he was doing bee equipment inventory, seeing how many mediums were drawn comb, how many were frames, how many more I need, how many more frames I need for stuff like that. So DC's trying to.
He's ahead of the game.
That's it, getting ahead of it. I think that's how we fell off on the. It went from having everything in order, ready to go. Then after that, it don't matter where stuff is laying out in the yard after that until fall, pretty much. And then we got into dirty shops or shed,
Yeah.
whatever you got.
Let's see, Larimore said that magnolia you got is what we've been calling a tulip tree.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. We've always just heard them called Japanese magnolias down here.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota Mike was just talking about it's 27 degrees. That's how our weather was. But we hit 80 today.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
We had to crank the air conditioner on whenever we first jumped on the live a while ago. Start to get a little warm in the house. All day it's been beautiful, but then here the last couple hours before the sun went down, it kind of got a little warm in here.
Yeah.
But
It's not cooling off out there much at all. It feels like it's warmer now than it was earlier.
But I tell you what, you folks in the North Country, I will keep my mouth husked about. Well, I think reckon your snow's done.
Yeah.
Because it just seems like it keeps
cycling back too.
Yep.
Still.
But see, Deb, she's running AC too.
Mm-hmm. For sure. It's getting that time. Shoot, another 2 weeks, it'll be nothing but running the AC.
Just about.
He said our lake still has ice.
Mm-mm.
Wow. It's amazing the difference. But we are at opposite ends of the country.
Let's see, DC said he spent 4 years building up gear and the different types of tools he wants to use.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking, we was going back a while ago about buying equipment or making sure you have good, decent equipment. And if you can, if you find somebody, here, I'll tell you a good, cheap way where you can find some okay equipment, I guess. But let me put this out with caution at the same time. But you can find you some cheaper equipment getting on like the marketplace and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to use the discretion of, okay, why are these people no longer using equipment? Were they just some yuppie folks that thought they wanted to get bees and they only kept them for a year and it wouldn't put bees in a box and we get honey experience? And they just said, we don't want no part of this anymore. Or definitely need to question, what happened? Did you lose your bees? Just y'all lost interest, or, was it beetles or an infection or something along those lines? To find cheaper equipment, but you can find some pretty decent stuff. Folks just doing it a year or two and being done with it.
Mr. Russ was talking about how Minnesota wants things. He's pretty cheap.
Oh, he got that cheap stuff tonight. I doubt they'll be cracking any windows up there for a nice cool breeze.
Yeah.
What's Philip into in here?
Saying he needs more frames. Layer more clay green.
That's something I agree to. That's something we have got to do.
What?
We've got to order some doggone frames. Because if not, we're not going to have much of anything for the horizontal boxes out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to do the same with our set. We need about 75 or 80 more, and we'll be good on that. But that is the one thing. If we've got to buy something this year as far as beekeeping related, it's going to be frames.
I don't really see us growing enough to have to buy more boxes this year.
No.
That would be something drastic.
Yeah, it'll have to be just overwhelmed with swarms and everything else.
Clay Bunner was talking about building an 8x8 building in his 8th year, so everything could be closed. So who was the first one? Carl. You should build it 12 by 16. Somebody else said something, and then Mr. Dan said you can step it up to a 40 by 60 and it still won't be big enough.
Hey, you're probably about right, too.
Always be finding something else to put in it.
Mm-hmm. Or she will. Well, you got a little room over here in this corner. You can put that in.
There you go, Dixie. You got a good game plan going.
Minnesota's Mike would be like mine. I'd build a shop and build lean-tos just for that.
And they'd still be overflowing everywhere.
Yeah, or I'd put something else under there. Well, the boat could go under there, or,
Yeah.
a tractor could go under there,
Mm,
whatever the case may be.
the tractor we don't have to go in.
Yeah, I know.
So I can't put boxes under there.
Use an example. I'd put a pretend tractor in there if I wanted to.
You and Ollie.
While I'm throwing sawdust out there. Yeah.
There you go. Well, you about out of time, but
Oh,
20 minutes.
Nobody won't come here and talk. No.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna last 20 more minutes if we're not talking
That's all
at all.
So Mr. Benny started finally doing that too.
Both filled them.
Mm-hmm. I can't say too much about bringing stuff inside and working on it in here. But it's usually not a big mess, or I had better not make a mess, nor scratch the kitchen floor with any of my nonsense either.
Okay, the only time it's not a big mess is after I get done cleaning up. So the only thing I do lose about is beating up the kitchen floor.
Paul's got the carport stacked up with stuff.
I don't have the proper attire on for the gun line spotlight. What?
Paul's probably got all them boxes that he's won through the lives and everything else stacked up mountain high.
Yeah.
You know, we only know of two, but we know there's more, kind of thing.
Buy her a tent garage.
There you go. Harbor Freight.
Uh,
Yeah, bring that to the house. Darling, I was thinking about you today.
yeah.
You know, you've been wanting that carport.
Mm.
Got you something better.
Oh, man.
Well, that'll teach her not to go, Paul.
Yeah, DC, our house isn't big enough, though. I mean, we just have a little single wide trailer kind of thing.
No, can't bring too much.
No room to bring her home. Yeah, we need a shed too. In a serious way. Really, we need two sheds. We need a shed for buttons and a shed for the bee stuff.
Yes. Or that 40 by 60. Whoever Mr. Dan was talking about.
Well, that makes me feel better, Clay. He said every beekeeper's place I've been to looks like mine.
Well, we on the same. See, we on the same thing. Man.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You got boxes to and fro out wherever they may be. You bring your stuff inside. That's what we really need, Carl. All jokes aside, a cargo, a Connex box would be perfect for us out here.
Mm-hmm.
When you get one of them bad boys, I say for a little bit of nothing. If you ain't got a couple $1,000s to spare, that's a lot. But if you have the extra to be able to get one, then that's definitely, yes, cheap and easy. It's already framed in. You can go in and do your wall work later if you want it to look pretty on the inside. But if not, cut you a hole out, stick you a little 110 unit in there, get after it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you get like a, I don't know, somebody starting out kind of good. I don't know, 40 footer probably be just about right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, got to have somewhere to walk. If not, just kick your way through there and get to whatever you got to get after.
In the bus, a van, the green silo, the shop, the truck seat, the boat, the horse, like a treasure hunt.
Well, there you go. The man's got stuff, place to put stuff. I would probably be doing the same. Well, look, I'll just stick it in here for the time being. That's how it usually works out. Then you stick that in there for the time being, then whatever it else at that moment is what is the catch all.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get to it. Ain't no big deal. Well, I don't know, I can't say nothing. I got an old truck out there with a camper on it that's packed full of just work stuff, old pieces of scrap, cedar, and whatever else.
We don't even know what's in there anymore.
No, I kind of have lost count of what's in that thing.
Yeah.
I got an idea.
It's gonna be like Christmas when we clean that thing out.
It'd be some of them tools y'all was talking about earlier. Woohoo! Found that. Could have used that a couple years ago instead of buying a new one.
Larry Moore, please don't try to talk him into parking a bus in my yard.
Oh, she killed me. I drug a bus in.
I would wring his neck in a heartbeat.
Surprise!
Take it back. Wherever you got it, take it back. I would have to draw a line at the bus. Like,
See,
I can't handle that.
I could paint that thing camo and nobody ever see it.
I don't know what's there. No, I can't handle that. A mobile honey.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, but I think I'm going pretty safe.
Yeah. Okay. What else I have here on the list?
No, Mr. Dan, I ain't going for 2 either.
All right, we'll go completely derail. Remember the other
Oh,
night?
we'd already done that.
Well, we're going full throttle now. Since we're fixing to head out. But y'all remember the other week we got to talking about renting chickens or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it was? Chicken renting?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We didn't know there was such a thing.
Yeah. Now, I don't know what made us think about this, but I guess just in crazy conversations that I give her often.
Mm-hmm.
I told her, I said, because we've been working down there on that Gulf, and y'all, we're 100+ miles where we live from where we've been working. And that's one way. Well, when you get down there on that Gulf, it is, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful down there. And it's nice when the crowds ain't around and you can kind of just, you don't have a whole bunch of traffic and stuff like this. But, what was it? Was it a rude individual or something? About the Southern hospitality?
Oh, we tried to wave to a woman and she just turned her nose up.
Yeah, that's what it was. We was being cordial, driving down the road. A lot of people still down here. Is that one of them? Yes, we were on the balcony. Yes, we were.
She walked out from the building across from us, and we were just trying to be polite
Yeah.
and say hello.
How you doing? You know, that kind of thing.
We did.
And she just kind of just blew us off like, who you waving to kind of thing.
We had paint on our clothes.
Yeah.
We should have known better than to try to talk to somebody.
We didn't fit in with her crowd, I guess, kind of thing. Because we were, you know, we were the help, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's our problem.
I told her, I said, I tell you what, I said, people like that come down here just with a bad attitude, I'm gonna start selling them Southern hospitality.
Charging for it.
I'm gonna start charging you for it. You know, just come up with this big gimmick of if people will rent chickens, why can I not sell people Southern hospitality while they're down here? So if you want to be rude and just turn your nose up in the air,
mm-hmm. You gotta pay for it.
Yeah, I'll sell it to you all day long. Let me give it to you. But we got into a big old discussion about that. And it was like, well, there are probably some people out there that would purchase
the Southern experience.
Yeah, the Southern experience, if you will. So I told her, I said, if people can rent chickens to sell, then that's going to be my next job, is to try to sell Southern hospitalities. And if you're rude, it's going to be extra kind of thing.
Larimore said that's what I'm afraid the old man inside of me would show back.
Well, you're right, Larimore. There's a portion of you that you just want to go, well, you snot-nosed little brat. You know, that kind of thing. You know, this is how we work down here. We're kind to people. We'll help you any way we can. But when you come with your hoity-toity attitude, then, you know, we pick up. We're not dumb people. We're smart people down here. And when we pick up on that, we're like, okay, let me show you how I do things. And usually it's not the outcome that one wants. But
anyway,
I guess that just
you're getting grumpy.
burned all over my tail.
It did.
Well, you know, don't be rude.
Apparently it's still hot too.
Well, don't be rude. I don't care if it's hot or not. There ain't no need in being just rude. Kind of thing.
Well, I meant what burned me. It's still hot, not the weather.
Well, yes, I still fired me up. I may have got a little overworked on it.
Oh, he got way overworked.
But it's just, you know, don't turn your nose up to me just because you think you somebody.
Mike said ransom attack chickens.
A ransom attack.
Yeah.
So are you going to rent chickens? Well, I mean, that's a possibility too. If we can keep them alive. Let me tell y'all why on that end. And if y'all was here at the beginning, when Hannah asked, is that really wrote down in your book? And I said,
I'm tempted to leave you on that one.
I'm going to save that for the very end. But I really didn't intend on the renting of the chickens, but that leads into it. Just a riddle, if you will.
Fishing empty ponds?
No, not fishing empty ponds. That was fishing empty ponds was going to be if I got on a rant about the young people. But I don't want to get a rant on that. The fox, the chicken, and the possum. Okay.
True story.
This is a true story.
No joke. Can't make this kind of.
Left out the other morning. And we live on a state highway. And the speed limit is 55, but the speed limit is 65 for what everybody drives.
The average is about 65.
Here's the riddle, people. Figure this one out. When we pulled out of the house, we took a left onto the main highway, headed south. 150 feet from our driveway was a fox that had been unalived sometime during the night by a vehicle. Okay. So when we leave out in the mornings working down there, the sun ain't even up yet. So
no, it's like 5:15.
Yeah. And before we leave, we let our chickens free range. And for the most part, our chickens don't go into the highway. And so we left out, we opened the chicken pen up like we always do. That way, whenever the sun gets up, they can get out and do chicken stuff. Well, when we left going to work, like I said, we had seen where that fox had got hit in the middle of the highway. Well, when we come home that evening, our chickens were, we'll say, enjoying some of the fox that was hit. Well,
yeah, some of them don't taste.
Only once. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Because they was out there pulling on stuff, and there ain't no telling how long this been going on all day long. But I know we was home 30 minutes, and I heard 50 car horns. Bonk, 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 honk, honk. Yeah, I mean, just this and that. I'm like, the chickens is in the road. Well, we left out, come back home the next day, and one of the yes, y'all know where I'm going.
Well, one of the chickens got hit trying to eat the fox
Yes.
on the road.
So now we got the fox that is no longer with us, and one of the chickens that's no longer with us. Both have been hit at a minimum of 55 miles an hour. Well, the following morning, we pull out the driveway.
There's a new addition.
Sure is. There's a possum. So we got the fox, we got the chicken, and we got the possum.
The possum got took out trying to clean up the chicken.
And
got took out the day.
By trying to clean up the fox.
Yeah, Abby asked me about that. She's like, did you see all that? Yeah, I saw all that, stupid.
Oh yeah, it looked like war was going on between nature out there, but it was war between automobiles and the wildlife.
He said, well, the chicken caught the fox. The chicken wished for that all its life.
They did. They got there.
Ain't no telling how many of our chickens that fox wiped out before it left this world.
Lord no.
Roadkill soup. Mm-hmm.
And it turned into it. It was potluck for sure out there.
Oh, it's disgusting. I mean, disgusting.
Austin, I'm staying away from your house.
I don't blame you. But no, I ain't fixing to cook something like that. Too dangerous.
No, I told her.
Only if your critters trying to eat each other in the road.
I said, what are the odds? The fox is usually in the hen house, and so is the possum. But there for a few moments, the chickens had their revenge on the fox until one of them decided to stay out into the highway and carry on.
Larimore said, give it 3 or 4 days. You'll have some rice to go with it.
Yeah. Well, it's fresh. But that's all my shenanigans for the evening.
My bad. He said that faceless price. Please tell me you never drive over 55 on that road to Gulfport.
Well, most oftentimes I drive like a pawpaw, and it drives her up the wall. But whenever we do have to go a distance, I'll drive within a gray area of the speed limit, just enough to where the law will think about stopping me and be like, no, he wasn't quite over enough yet. I try to make it that way. So far, it's worked out.
I think that's the understatement of the year, DC.
Oh, we are. If we just dedicated a night of not talking about anything with the bees, and I know we don't get very far into that as it is, but we could sit here for the whole 2 hours to tell y'all some stuff. It'd be like,
what's wrong with y'all?
Yeah.
What is wrong with y'all? The oddball misfit toys. Maybe that's why we all click so good together.
I reckon so. Which I like it. That's why I like talking to my friends. Get it off my chest. Just once a week.
Get it all off your chest.
People can listen to me just whatever.
He comes on here and gets it all out of his system to y'all so he can make up stuff to tell me on the 2-hour ride to work every day.
There's stuff I forget about. I started texting. I told her this week. I said, send me that or text you that on my phone.
Literally, he's texting me notes of these stories he makes up, so he doesn't forget them.
So I have them wrote down there.
Yeah.
He'll keep up. That way, next Sunday fellowship, I'll have a new story. True. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to wrap it up.
I love you a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm just telling Larry. He said he had another doctor's appointment. I was telling him, we're praying for you.
Yes, sir. Lord willing, it ain't nothing. Just
oh man, I'm
get a
so
little medicine.
DC. You just scared me. I was thinking, no, I got out of going to Walmart this week. I refuse. I am not going to Walmart this week. But he was just saying, we have to go on Monday because you get it all out of your system, so you might act better
Oh, no.
if we go on Monday.
No, we do have to go out into the world tomorrow, so we'll see how it goes.
He's got to buy me coffee if I have to go out in the world tomorrow.
We'll get a fancy. I'm buying me one anyway.
I bought you lunch Friday. People look like we're being serious about your money and my money, like it don't all go into one bank account.
Oh no, I just like using that on. I know where my money's going. I don't have to worry about it with her, but I will aggravate her on. You buying dinner? Are you buying lunch today?
My fancy coffee is a large hot white chocolate mocha latte with 2 extra shots of espresso.
Mm-hmm.
And Clay, he actually will. That's the only coffee he will drink, but they have to put less espresso and extra flavor pumps of syrup to make it.
Wait a minute. Before I get off here, wait a minute. I just seen Philip's comment. You should feel guilty. Every time you go into a Walmart, the first thing you should be doing is pointing at that camera, and usually it's the big TV screen. Watching you, watching me. That's the universal signal they know.
Oh my God.
He said, oh, it's a paragraph, not a coffee order.
No, I'm laughing at the Minnesota Mike asked if Walmart down here sells roadkill scrapers. Clay said, Mike, I've seen whole piglets. I ain't seen the whole piglets down here, but there is plenty you could use out of a southern Walmart to scrape anything you could think of with.
Oh, man, there ain't no. Don't let nobody sell you on a roadkill shovel. All you're doing is paying for the name. Good old flathead shovel works just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Steve, see, it's not so bad when everybody at the coffee house knows your order because I don't have to repeat it. Like they know both of our vehicles. When we pull in, they start making the coffee.
They will do that. I will say that.
It's awesome.
I just asked the coffee lady, I said, look, can you just not put our name in here and you just hit a button? And,
this is their order.
Yeah. Because it's the same order every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Number 10 cold shovel. There we go.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm out of coffee and I'm getting delusional. I'm gonna call it.
Yeah. We appreciate you. Y'all riding it out once again.
Hung out with us.
Showing up. And if you make it this far on the replay, we appreciate y'all too.
I appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Yep.
Y'all don't even have people in the chat to keep you entertained.
Well, hopefully they can, nothing else, they can be reading the chat too, because if not, then y'all need to read the chat because there's some
That's
hilarious
where the good
comments in
stuff's
there.
at.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all are. If nothing else, I just enjoy coming on here laughing and seeing the hilarious comments or
Mhm.
whatever we got going on at the moment.
Yeah.
And indeed, there are some funny ones. Yes, but until the next one, God bless you. Lord willing, we'll see y'all next week.
Hope y'all have a good week.
Y'all take care.
Well, guess that's it for today. See you next time at Gunline Bees.